Steve from Young Sangco in Melbourne. Thanks, John, for that. After touching on what we're designing, I believe it is now time to talk about why we believe the target audience is important and relevant to our industry. Our target is to aim this program at kids aged between 4 and 12, so they have a knowledge of fruit and vegetables for their developing lives. So after discussions with childhood learning professionals, we have discovered that an audience of ages lower than 4 are not focused on the content of the map, more on the touch sensation of the iPad rather than the learning aspect. If these children are more aware of vegetables, we believe it will help the status of our profession in this industry for their later lives. After many discussions with teachers, we also discovered that there is a place in the education department for more iPad apps. As most primary schools are now practicing with at least one iPad per classroom, and some of these teachers also commented on wanting one for every student. With this information, we are going to put it all together and formally approach the education department and maybe even an organisation from the agricultural department to secure funds for our app. This coming week, we caught up with a few people in Parliament. We found that in every meeting we had, employment was brought up. With this in mind, I do believe childhood knowledge of different careers can help them later in life. I know on school holidays in my job, a lot of fruit owners and providores, kids come to work with their parents. These kids love it and end up coming in and helping every day throughout the school holidays. And most of these kids end up in these businesses later in their lives. I know my son loves it, and on the weekends he'll wake up extra early to come to work with his dad. The cost effective do vary on what you want to input, login, data sharing and saving, scores or education results. As you can see here, I've got the costs involved. The starting costs can start as low as $5,000, but they can vary up to $300,000 depending on what you're inputting. Apps can take time to create and in most cases over 6 months. Risks can be high, but we believe with the government's, parents and teachers' help, we can have this in every school around the country within a year. So going back over, Spicer spoke about what we have done, and Alex's talk was about what technology means to children and the advantages it has. Then John had the layout and the app functions man presented what we wanted our end product to look like, and I'd like to thank you for taking the time out of your busy lives to listen to our ideas, and I hope to hear some feedback when you see this product launch in the coming years. And I'd now like to pass you over to Gillian from the Education Strategy Group to continue on with their presentation.